Welcome to the Executive Innovation Show podcast, where we bring you real executive conversations with industry game changers and thought leaders. We ask the questions you're thinking, what you're scared to ask, and we make your brain hurt afterward. With your host, Carrie Chitsey Wells, co-founder and CEO of One Touch Video Chat, live video interviews, and the nonprofit Humans Helping Humans.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Knowledge Nugget. We're going to be talking about telemedicine and prenatal care and how telehealth is being used in rural areas. Today's feature, we have Dr. Valentine Ugwu, who's a board-certified family medicine and OBGYN. He's doing great things in rural communities in Texas, helping out women going through what's going to be the best time of having a child and really helping them with prenatal care. He works a lot in immigration and in the jail system in rural Texas, and he's going to talk to you today about very specific use cases of how he's using telemedicine and prenatal care and how other doctors in OBGYN and primary care can be using it to help really provide access through telemedicine and prenatal care, as well as telehealth in rural areas to serve your local demographic and really provide more convenience for your patients in OBGYN and women's health and in rural area, how you can provide better access to rural and community towns, especially I'm here in Texas as well. And we have a lot of driving distance in between towns, and especially a big need here in the border, and he's doing some great things. So without further ado, Dr. Ugwu is going to go through that and give you some use cases, some great knowledge nuggets that you're going to be able to incorporate into your practice to really incorporate and get some great ideas. Dr. Ugwu?
Hello, my name is Dr. Valentine Ugwu. I'm an OBGYN, a full fellow of the American College of OBGYNs. And I'm also a board-certified primary care physician and also have a master's degree in business administration. My healthcare experience spans well over 23 years. I'm currently the Chief Executive Officer and owner of VNC Real Health, PLLC, which has been in business over the last 2 to 3 years. And I've also actively been involved in telehealth and online care awareness for that long. In addition, I provide OBGYN care to immigration facilities in the cities of Pearson and Dilley, which are both in Frio County of Texas, as well as being the medical director of the Dimmitt County, Texas jail facility. My company basically has been in patient care, and it has its physical location being called Real Health OBGYN and Family Practice, and it's located in the suburban community of Pearsall in Frio County, Texas. And its physical address is 105 East Hackberry Street, Suite A, Pearsall, Texas. I'm very excited to share my knowledge nugget with you in today's show. What are the topics we're really going to be talking about? I'm going to go ahead and share the importance of telehealth and prenatal care and emphasize healthcare needs in the border and rural communities of Texas. The first question I'm going to be addressing today, our topic, if you will be how can telemedicine and prenatal care help rural areas to have more frequent visits with patients? Now, pregnancy, as we all know, should be a wonderful time for a mother and unborn baby, but it can be very challenging. And without the support of medical care and needed, and what comes with physician care for patients when you're pregnant, this can be really a concern. It becomes even more of a concern with limited access to care that comes with the rural areas. It is no news that since 2010 to date, approximately 1 in 5 rural community hospitals have actually closed. And this is due to a host of issues which go from limited funding to patients migrating from rural environments to urban communities, amongst other issues. To get access to care, they usually do have to travel very long distances. These issues, of course, impact, as we all know, the care that they do receive, and this can be a grave concern to prenatal care. This is exactly where telehealth comes in, because with basic things as being able to empower women to have access to physicians remotely, by virtual means, which is what telehealth is. You could actually just care for them. And what would they really have to have? They just pretty much have to have a Doppler, which is a basic handheld device to help them, listen to their babies while you ask them basic questions, like, how have they been? Do they have any concerns? Do they have an abdominal pain, vaginal bleeding, vaginal discharge? Are they feeling their babies move? Teach them how to use tapes to measure this baby's growth from around just around the belly button or just below the bellies to wherever the baby is grown up to. With things like this, you can actually just really go ahead and educate them, as to how they are doing. You have them check their weights, check their blood pressures, and just schedule an appointment for them, subsequently. And if they are actually pretty low risk, as most pregnancies are, you just, have them continue to have their visits virtually instead of having to end up in emergency rooms, which could be very expensive, or having women actually flown out to tertiary care environments just to provide care for them. So this is actually a good resource for patients. Also, the other question we really need to look at is, something about, how much time I spend as a physician traveling to care for patients in these locations. Given my passions for women's health, I really do not mind doing this, but I do put in about 10 to 12 hours a week, ensuring I travel to deliver care to this population of women. So the last but not the least of those questions is, what would I consider actually the most important factor, with regards to benefits of physicians being in one location, seeing patients with telemedicine? Would it be, the convenience or just compliance? Now, we know that, with limited access to care, patients really become very non-compliant because they would rather, not travel that long, or they can't afford it. So, if I can actually be in one location, to provide care to these patients when they really need to, I think that would be a no-brainer to say that this is going to actually promote compliance and limit complications that come with being pregnant and being unable to have access to care. In conclusion, I really want to say thank you very much for taking your time to watch my Knowledge Nugget on this show today, on how telehealth can help promote prenatal care compliance in rural environments, and also highlighting the challenges in the rural communities. I do encourage you to visit us, VNC Rural Health PLLC, on our website.
This podcast has come to a close. To hear more from the Executive Innovation Show podcast, subscribe, submit questions, and share the love. Follow us on social. We're everywhere.